Hello everybody, Caden here today with an episode of Minecraft Dinosaurs, and today we are back on the world to work on the Raptor House, which we valiantly started last episode. Now, I haven't done a whole ton since last episode. I did make a few tweaks here and there, and well, one of the things I did was adding in this front little patio area, which will probably be changed slightly as we go on, as well as me changing up the staircase. Because I don't know, I feel like this worked a lot better than any other I tried a couple of designs, and this is the one that worked the best, I think. So yeah, this will take us to the second story, and then we have this weird little monstrosity of birchwood planks. And this is kind of meant to symbolize where the balcony's gonna go. That takes you like above the exhibit so you can look down into them and hopefully get a better view of some of the dinosaurs. So yeah, hopefully that'll be cool. Another thing I did is I kind of expanded the Microraptor exhibit back to this way, so that way they have a bit more space, because I felt like it was a bit small and we needed to be able to throw the balcony in and not have that eat up the entire exhibit. So yeah, I will again probably need to expand this dirt out more to potentially make the veterinarian area a tiny bit larger, but we shall see about that. Anyway, the goal of today's episode is hopefully to get the ground floor finished. And when I say finished, I don't mean like, you know, putting in all the decorations and everything. I just mean, let's just try and get all the walls in for everything, and hopefully that's doable. That's the goal. We probably won't mess too much with like anywhere that's meant to be like a visibility area for the dinosaurs. We're not really gonna touch. Yeah, we're mostly just gonna be working on the structural parts of the building today, trying to get them up to what we want. So I'm gonna get started on that. I'll bring you guys back when I've made some good progress on a little bit. All right, everyone, we're back, and this is what I have so far. I've gotten the flooring in for the first floor, which, well, the majority of the flooring in. It's starting to come together. I mean, it's definitely not the most interesting of things, but it definitely is starting to help get this whole project to start coming together. I also started throwing in the dirt for the planters, just so I kind of had that already there, just because why not? The bigger issue I've come across is I did not figure out the block palette before I started this, which is kind of a problem, because now I'm gonna have to go through and spend all this time picking out like all the blocks and what do I want to use and what patterns are we gonna use and all this kind of stuff. I do think though, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna end up going with terracotta as the main block for the walls, because, well, last time, somewhere over there, we used concrete, and that was a mistake. It was a big mistake. But especially now we just have a mesa biome, using terracotta is a pretty good idea. Well, we have pretty much an unlimited supply of it, so I'm gonna just use some sort of dyed terracotta for this build, and hopefully we pick a good color. I was actually very instinctively about to pick green, and I'm gonna try and avoid picking green, considering we've already been using green a ton. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think this is gonna start coming together quite well. So what is it? We're gonna need to, some of these areas I'm actually interested to see like what I'm going to end up doing. Although I say I want to use terracotta, part of me still wants to use things like gray concrete, because I feel like that will give part of the building, I don't know, on one hand I want to do a very like kind of rustic building, on the other hand I want to do somewhat of a very modern building, and I can't really decide which I want to do. But yeah, well, I guess I'll just kind of go for it, see what I end up coming up with, see what I like, and yeah, I'll bring you guys back when hopefully I've gotten something started with the walls. Alright everybody, we're back, and this is what we have so far. I spent way too long doing this. Is this off center? Wait, so that's there. That's there. I think it's correct. Let me just check real quick. I'm getting very, okay, it is. Okay, phew. Yeah, that was kind of nerve-wracking there, but this is what I'm kind of landing on for the style of the outside of the building. It's a bit different than what we had on the template, but I think this is probably going to look nicer. It's going to look a bit less like a museum and a bit more, well, like a reptile house, hopefully, which is kind of the goal. So it's going to hopefully look a bit more modern than it was, which I would kind of like. Since we're going to build a museum at some point down the line, I don't really want all my buildings, kind of like, you know, the visitor center over there, looking like museums. I'd kind of like them to all have a bit of difference. But if we walk around here, you can see, yeah, we've got some stuff up. This took a while to land on style-wise, and man, I don't think we're gonna get anywhere near as much done this episode as I was hoping we would. I did get the gift shop put together for the most part, so this is, I guess, ready to decorate for the most part. The big issue I've realized I've run into with a few areas here is the exhibits. Some of them are going to need double thick walls, so that way I can like do stuff with the interior of the enclosure while also keeping the exterior walls the same, which might shrink down a couple of the exhibits by a block or two, so I'll have to worry about that. The other one is just how I'm going to, I guess, how I'm going to decorate the walls going all the way back here. Because technically they don't need to be super nice or well decorated or have anything fancy on them, because they're just, you know, like walkways, basically. But I guess, I don't know. I really don't know, guys. Like, I'm kind of confused. I think I am going to redo this one in the same style as the other ones and kind of put some windows here. Although, on the other hand, I don't really know if I should do that because, well, it's meant to be like a loading dock area, right? So I don't know if that makes sense for there to be big windows here. Maybe it doesn't, maybe it does. I'll figure it out later. But yeah, that's what I've got so far. I'm also gonna redo these planters a bit. I think they're a bit too tall, but we'll see. Anyway, yeah, that's all we have. So I've got to get back to work and try and finish up more of this. And yeah, that's all I can really say. So I'll see you guys in a few seconds when hopefully I have gotten a bit more done. All right, everyone, we're back, and more work has happened, but I think this is all I'm gonna get done for today. Which is somewhat astounding, because I think I've gotten, so from there all the way to there, I've probably got about a little over half of the building finished. At least the exterior walls. That's not including the interior walls for all the stuff and like everything else. Yeah, no, we have not managed to get anywhere near as much work done as I thought was possible. But hey, we got a good deal done, and I want to show you guys some of the stuff we have over here, such as loading zone A for what is it? So I guess this is Citipodi and the veterinarian's office and the Microraptor. So this is like the loading area where they would be bringing in all the food, all the equipment for them. And yeah, it looks really good, I think. I rather like it. We've got this cool little corrugated area down here, like, you know, the big garage door comes down and whatnot. I wish we still had carpenter's blocks, because the garage doors for that were really cool. And they would fit really well there. But yeah, I did figure out what I want to do with the windows here. I think they look good. And now this is the same on the other side. I made these little garage extensions a little bit shorter and out of concrete, because I thought it would be a nice breakup of color, differentiate them a bit from the rest of the main building, and really kind of make them a bit more interesting, which I think it does. I think it does its job well there. I think you can definitely be like, oh, well, that's probably not somewhere I'm going to be visiting, because, well, I mean, when the whole building's finished, I mean, I'm sure that'll be small in comparison to the rest of the build, but also it's like, oh, that looks more industrial. You probably won't even see it, though, in all honesty. What else did we do? I threw some torches in there. Came back over here, worked on all this. It's a lot of the same warehouse style for this little area. Warehouse area isn't quite as big, though, obviously, because it doesn't need to be. It does have 2 entrances, though, which is cool. You know, these guys are the cool guys, because they get 2 entrances to their warehouse, and it's nighttime, so we better go sleep real quick. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. Oh, that was it. So, For those of you who aren't aware, I think I've mentioned it in a couple videos, I'm going to make an actual video announcing, or probably saying something more about this for Wildlife Park, because Wildlife Park is a bit more prevalent with it, but I think the last week of December, basically, I'm going to be taking a break from content for like a week and a half, basically, just to get more stuff ready for next year and all that. And it feels weird saying that, because we're like halfway through November now. So we don't have too many more episodes before the end of the year, but I would really, really like to finish this project by then. So hopefully next episode we can kind of kick things off into high gear and try and finish off all the rest of the exterior. I'm thinking I can leave the exterior of that area for a little bit. In fact, I might even leave a fair amount of it. The advantage I have right now is that I've set the height for the first floor. So as long as I keep that consistent, I can just keep going, which will hopefully be good, because next episode, I would actually like to get our first animal in. I'm thinking it'll be the Ornitholestes, and then after the Ornitholestes, we'll do Psittapodi, and then Velociraptor, and then Deinonychus in one of those two exhibits, and from there, once we finish all that stuff, hopefully that'll mean we finished off most of the exterior walls as well, and most of the first floor, and then we can come back and decorate it, and then we can start the second floor if we have time. Hopefully, at least. That's what I'm aiming for. That's what I'm aiming for. I'd like to, I don't know, I'd like to kind of try and get this project kind of trundling along a bit more, because I think the final episode we're going to have before the break I'm going to be taking for until next year, basically, which is, again, probably just going to be about a week or two. I think that should end us perfectly on episode 125. So hopefully, if that's the case, we'll finish all of this build by episode 125. I think we can. I think it's going to look really awesome when we get there and all that. One other change I made. I extended this out all the way to here. So this planter comes all the way out to here, which will kind of take us up to the Psittapodi exhibit. But I've also left space here for some benches, because hopefully we can throw some in there. People can sit down over here, you know, and then they can go look at this, and then they can walk over there and they can buy stuff and yada, yada, yada. I'm going to put a couple of benches in a couple places. I think there'll probably be a bench that goes here or here or something like that, somewhere in this area, and we'll probably have some going along this wall, because if I remember correctly, my plan was only this front area of the Velociraptor exhibit is actually going to be windowed. This section will probably be a closed wall, and I might actually add a second layer to the wall so that way the raptors don't poke through. Hopefully, at least. We'll see what happens. But yeah, lots of cool stuff happening here. Let me know what you guys think of the build so far. Any suggestions you have for how I could improve it, anything we can add in. Obviously, you know, this is just the first floor. We've got a whole second floor that it's going to be added, so this building's probably going to double in size, or at least in height, which is kind of mind-blowing to think about. So yeah, but anyway, yeah, I think that's all we've got for today. So thank you all for watching. Let me know what you guys want to see in the next episode. Again, I am thinking maybe we're going to take a quick little bit of next episode just to try and finish some more of this up. And then we'll jump into the first exhibit, which I'm very much looking forward to. I think that's going to be a really cool dinosaur to get. But yeah, again, let me know if any suggestions you have. Let me know what you think of the build so far. And until next time, guys, see ya.